it's Kathryn. I can't believe month 5 is already here. What are my top 5 moments of the world race so far? So number 5, recently in Hoi An, Vietnam, we went there for a lantern festival. We rented bicycles, me and my team and 2 of my co-workers that I'm working at this coffee shop with. And if you know anything about Vietnam, is that traffic is crazy, and traffic is everywhere. Motorbikes are literally coming at us like in both directions, but all the while I just felt like such a kid. It was such a fun moment of just bike riding. Number 4, when I was in Bulgaria, we were helping with this English club, trying to get to know these people. So one of the girls that would come to English club was a Hungarian student. We became really good friends. We had hung out a couple times. She invited me and some other girls to this theater show at her university, and the photo of it was this one man with painted white face. The description was, "A look into my dark, depressed life." Oh, what is this? What do we do? In the back of my head, I'm thinking though, say yes to pretty much anything. We said yes to going. I have to tell you, it was by far the most bizarre thing I have ever witnessed. The first part of the evening was a one-man show. His face was painted white, and his only prop was this red trash bag. So he was doing all this interpretive things. It was just so funny. And the next part of it was an interpretive dance about depression and suicide. It was something out of a movie. It really was if you've seen She's All That with Freddie Prinze Jr., it was that movie and more. Number 3, when I was in Romania, it was my dad's birthday, and it was the first family thing I was missing. I was just blown away by how many things that God put in my path that day that reminded me of my dad. Whether that was doing hospital visitations, which I'd done a lot with my dad, or just inside family jokes. It's a sweet day where I just really felt the love and care of God. Numero 2. In Romania, there was a day I was just not in a good mood. I'd just been having a really rough day. I think I was homesick. It was the first day that I wanted to just sulk, and I wanted to just stay in a pity party and just stay in my mood, which is something I'd been really bad about doing back at home. Anytime a hardship came about, or anytime something started to get me down, I would just stay in it. Honestly, want to stay in it. But I distinctly remember going outside, putting my headphones in, and just trying to pray and praising God, and praying and worshiping for about 30 minutes. Went back in the house to try to be around people again, and no, I just wasn't ready. Just wasn't ready to be around people again. And so I went back outside. I didn't go to my room. I didn't just go on Netflix like I normally would have at home. I went outside, found a place for myself, put headphones in, and just started going just crazy with Jesus. Eventually, God helped me get out of my own head to the point where I wasn't thinking about how I was feeling. I was literally just praising Him. And last but not least, Happy Heart Cafe. It is where I've been spending most of my time here in Vietnam. In Vietnam, we are not partnering with a church or organization. We're doing something called Ask the Lord. ATL, it's where we literally get up in the morning and ask the Lord what He has for us that day, where He wants us to go. And so leaving Bulgaria, I knew this was coming, and I started praying God, okay, what is this month gonna look like? What do you want me to focus on? And I had prayed for that. I said, God, just please, I would love to just be a barista and make coffee for people and work in a coffee shop or a cafe. The second day we're in Vietnam, I asked someone, hey, do you know of any opportunities in need of at a coffee shop or cafe? And immediately he was oh yes, this one place I know is short-staffed, a place called Happy Heart Cafe. And so I've been able to serve and make coffees, serve food, get to know my coworkers, get to know my customers. I don't know, there's been so much ministry packed into just doing something I've never done before, but also doing something that I found that I love. It definitely has been my favorite thing of the world race so far, and it was a really sweet gift from the Lord. That wraps up my top 5 moments of the world race. Thank y'all.